Hey, welcome to blog.web6.org. In today's video, we are going to take a look at closer at 2014, the homepage appearance. So here is the demo of 2014 theme of WordPress 3.8, and it's worth reading as well. That you can read here on the detail of 2014. So I will provide the URL. So the 14 demo you can access in 2014 demo.wordpress.com. Yes, you can see it has nicely magazine style here. And you might want to have this kind of layout in your blog, because once you install WordPress, this is what you get. So with the hello world and sidebar, and there are no magazine style there, you might want to have that kind of layout. So the first step is, of course, you might want to edit this hello world or move it to trash. You can choose that, but I recommend that you just don't leave it by default. But we're not going to talk about this right now. What we want is how to display this tiled magazine style featured contents in 2014. So the first step is you go to your dashboard, and then you're going to choose at appearance and customize. I'm going to click on new links there, and then here you see that you will have a lot of controls here of the appearance of 2014. You can choose the colors, background image, and so forth. But the most important is this featured content sections. So if you click on the arrow or just click on featured content button, you will see that you can here read the information that you can use a tag to feature your post, and if there is no post to match the tag that you want to add here, the sticky post will be displayed instead. But I personally don't recommend you to use sticky post, because if you create post that has sticky post, then that post will be sticked in your homepage as long as your homepage is alive. And this can be bored your visitors. For example, like you have visitors and visiting your website, and you have a website that have the same images every time they visit your site. It might be boring them. So I don't recommend that you use the sticky post to show your featured content, but it's up to you. I would really recommend that you use the tag name to show your featured post. And here in the layout options, you can choose grid or slider, but for now I just leave it by default, which is grid. And here is the most important, the tag name that you want to display your post to appear in your homepage. So in this tag name, by default, it's called featured. What this means is that every post that you have featured as the tag name will be displayed as your featured content. I don't recommend that you use the default, which is featured, because there are a lot of WordPress sites over there, and I'm sure there are a lot of people as well to leave it by default as featured. I would strongly recommend that you change this tag name as your preferred tag name. So for example, my blog is about traveling, so I'm going to choose my tag name as holiday, right? And then I hit save and publish, and then hit close. And then the next step is, of course, you go back to your dashboard and then create new post. So I'm going to create new post now. So here you see that we have this kind of page once you install WordPress. Notice that you have the screen options over here. You can now choose anything here you want to display on the page. So I personally will choose on excerpts, and then custom fields and discussion. This is my personal preference. What this screen option does is that you will now have many options beneath your post box here that we don't have it earlier. So for example, now you can also choose the discussions control here. You can allow comments or allow trackbacks, pingbacks, and so forth. But for now, I'm just leaving by default now, because that's not our topic for today. One thing that I should mention here, that once you choose the screen option on the top there, you just need to do it once. So next time when you create another post, you don't have to toggle that screen options again, because everything will be the same every time you create your new post. So let's go back here to add our new post or title. For example, our title will be post number 1. And here then I'm going to create the text. You can also use visual or text tab, which is using HTML code. So I'm just used to have this tag active, so I'm just going to have it as default. Then I'm going to copy and paste the lorem ipsum text of there and say this is my paragraph, so I'm just going to create paragraphs here. Now the most important here is the categories. For example, I'm going to add new categories. At best practice, you want to choose a category and not the uncategorized thing. For example, now I'm just going to add my category as summer and then add category. Now the most important thing here is if you want to show the featured content is the text. So by default it was called featured, but we change it as holiday. So every post that has holiday as text, it will show the homepage in the homepage. So now, for example, I'm going to name it as beach and sunshine as tag. You see that there is no holiday here, and if I click on add and then hit publish, go back to my blog again and refresh it, you see that I have now my post, but I don't have this post as magazine style here. This is because here we have to add holiday as our tag name. So holiday and add, and then hit update, and then go back to our site again and hit publish. It will show then on the top as styled magazine style, but you notice that it doesn't have any image. This is because we haven't put any featured image here. So the next step is, of course, we have to click on set featured image here, and then it will ask you which image you want to choose. It can be found in media library if you have them here, but if you haven't uploaded them, you're going to choose an upload files. But before that, I'm going to compress my image and optimize them to reduce size. But before that, I want to show you about the details of 2014 theme here. In this page, you see that the quick specs that the featured image work best with images that are at least 1308 wide. So if you want the featured image showing the best quality, then you would upload image that has at least this size. So I just save and copy the images that I have from this demo, but don't do that. This is just for this video, that I saved them on my dashboard already. So these images, and if I take a look at the get info, or if you on Windows you right click it and properties, you see that this image has this huge size, which is more than 1038 pixels. So this image will be displaying as best in my website. So go back to our site again, and then our dashboard here, and select files to upload image, and this was the image that I want to upload. So hit open, and be sure to have a best practice that you fill out the data here, but just don't copy and paste like what I do now. This is just for the demo purpose. And then hit set featured image. You see now we have set featured image here, and then we click on update, go back to our blog again and refresh it, and now we have it. One thing though that I have to mention it here, if you click on customize, so on appearance and customize, that I haven't shown you earlier, you see that here you have the option don't display tag on the front end. This is when you go to your website, you see that you don't have tag clouds here. Say now I want to add tag clouds, so appearance and widgets. And then here on the content sidebar, say on the right side, I want to add tag cloud. So you just select on your available widgets here and tag cloud, click on that, and you where you want to put it. Say I want to display it on the right sidebar and add widget, and then go back to your site again and refresh it. You see now that our holiday will be displayed on the text. And if you don't want this holiday text as your featured image text show up here, then you're going to don't display tag on the front end. And you notice that now holiday tag will be gone from your text clouds. And then hit save and publish and close, and you will be fine. So that's it guys, how you display these images here. You can add many posts with the holiday tag here, then you will have this magazine style. So thank you for watching and take care of yourself. Goodbye.